managed to turn the sound off before today.
What is going on, Carlos?
A lot going on.
Oh, why is it looping? Oh, it's not supposed to loop. Sorry about that. Thought I turned the looping off. We were going to have music going on forever.
Yeah, a lot's going on, man. You know, personal, beard brand, the world. There's a lot going on.
We got a lot of regs in here. It's good to see them. I actually wanted to. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. So if you're seeing this video non-live, we're going to get into really what it means to grow a beard in different generations. It's not so much a competition of like who grows the best beard, but who has the opportunity to grow the best beard, and what does that look like, kind of from a generational perspective. I've been thinking about this a lot, and someone recently commented on our last live stream about growing their retirement beard, and that was the first time they grew their beard. So I thought it was a pretty interesting topic. I'm excited to talk about it. Of course, I'm a millennial barely, and you're a Gen Xer barely. I think like we are literally at the cutoff. We're only a year apart in age, and then we're two different generations. And then Greg is also kind of on the edge too. Like he is barely a boomer. I think he could probably identify as an Xer as well. So it's kind of a fun topic. We'll see if Greg joins the live stream or not. I don't know what he's got going on. I didn't even message him, but it's going to be a good topic for today. Also wanted to, before we get into it, I'm just rambling on here. You say a rad hat. This is Abbott's Field. I do like it. I've wanted one of their hats for a long time. And it's interesting ordering from an online store as somebody who sells products online. And like, it's a cool product. I like the product. However, operationally, I understand that they've got opportunities to improve. Like you may not be able to see this, but you see they put a sticker right here that had like the barcode and the SKU on it, and it left a residue on it that I can't get off. And it's just like kind of small details like that I'm sure that's the reality is every company has challenges, whether you're small or big. And hopefully we'll be able to resolve those issues and deliver an experience that matches their product, like that's the thing about business is like sometimes depending on when you catch them, you may catch them with their makeup on, or you may catch them just waking up, rolling out of bed. Carlos, thanks for letting me ramble, man.
That's
I'm
all
excited.
good.
I'm excited.
But I would hate what you just mentioned too with the sticker. And I've had that problem before. Actually, I just, the hat I was wearing last week, it had the sticker too, but it had it actually on the outside. And I was like, oh no, I hope the glue is not all melted into the thing. It was actually one of them very easy peeled, hardly had any glue on it.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. I did, it did scare me for a sec there. So I too understand that. And yeah, definitely they have whoever you ordered that from, they can improve on that.
They can improve. And it could just be as simple as getting a different type of sticker.
A sticker, a different type of sticker. Less glue.
Yeah. X and Y. Is there a generation Y? What is that, the alpha? What is Y?
No idea.
Did I skip a generation?
I have no idea.
Those young kids. Did I put alpha in there? Because alpha, are they the Generation Z? Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
I screwed it up.
Yeah, Z is pretty much.
Who's after millennial? Zoomer. Gen Z. Oh, too late. Put alpha in there. Alphas can't even grow beard.
Yeah, but Gen Z / alpha, it's the same.
You think so?
Yes.
Zoomers. But apparently millennials, Gen Y, were the same.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that. According to my research earlier, Gen Z and it's / alpha, just a few decades of genetic play biggest role overall. So it's like they kind of together, but they're not in the war.
Well, I also want to mention it was nice coming off a successful debate, winning our debate. There were no counterpoints, only name calling. So I will chalk that up to a win in our books, unless we want to keep the debate going. But I think we're all good on that, ready to move forward.
Move on.
Yeah. All right. What shall we do? Viral videos. We got viral videos today. Right?
We have them from last week.
From like 2 weeks ago. I only have 3 of them, but
I don't even remember what mine are, but I've got some good new ones. I should change them.
Finally got you on X. Oh, of course I'm not logged in. Jeez. When your wife is mad, but you drive a 90s truck.
I just thought it was a good advert. Probably should have turned off the music.
That's horrible.
I thought that was a crazy advert. I was like, ballsy. Jesus, man.
I love me some dark humor. Obviously, we are fans of dark humor around here, and
yeah, I mean, people sometimes can't differentiate a joke, man. A joke is a joke. You got to take it as a joke.
You know,
I'm just a guy like that.
Some people don't have a sense of humor. That's all good. All right, another one. We got, man, you got all sorts of relationship stuff on this. Here we go.
I don't
How
even
to lose
know
your
this
girlfriend
one.
in 10 seconds.
You are fucking dead.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah, this is
Oh
old.
my god. I cannot resist this opportunity. She will not speak to me ever again. But I cannot miss this opportunity.
Oh my god.
Imagine that. You see your
Yeah,
girlfriend,
that's so
wife,
awful.
just walking in the rain, and then you just go and do that.
You are fucking dead.
That's awful.
I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't feel safe.
I'm actually alright, to be fair.
Yeah.
What's for tea?
I did not watch after she said,
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Clearly, they have a relationship where they can joke around like that. She seemed to be
Yeah.
in good spirits, all things considered. Oh, you know what drives me insane? When I step on gum, fresh gum. It absolutely.
Is that still happen?
Once every like decade. And
Man, I haven't stepped on gum. Man, years. Many years. Is that mine again?
Yeah.
You don't have to play the whole thing, but this is
Okay.
You probably won't even understand what they are going to say.
Okay. All right. We'll do this and we'll get
This
to
is
mine.
Friends, by the way.
Yes, I know what Friends is. Everybody knows what Friends is, Carlos.
I know, but this is a different language.
Oh, okay.
I believe you pumped my sister, you fucking prick.
You rode a fucking break, you cow. Calm your tits.
I've got a fucking smelly arse.
How you doing, dog?
Do you hear a lot of like, is that Scottish then? Or
Yes. Do you understand any of it?
I mean, I understand the general gist of it. Do you hear a lot of that in
They have their own words.
Yeah. Speak a different language, huh?
Dude, when I watched that killed me. I'm not even joking. I was
This might be
laughing at that.
copyrighted music, but let's go. Just imagine that music playing.
Yeah.
Shall we do this?
I mean, I
Some,
don't need to.
Some wig? Look how crazy it just changes his look.
I know. I've seen some, not this video, but I've seen similar ones.
And it's actually kind of looks pretty nice, man. Like, you know me, I like different hairstyles, so to be able to just like pop
Switch
them
up
on and
every
off,
day,
you
every
know.
day.
And
Obviously, he's got the haircut on that little bit, and then he's just
yeah, look at
able
those.
to pop anything else. He's probably just got some Velcro in there as well, so he moves it. It's all good.
The end of the ending was what got me. That's a
When he
nice
took it
advertisement.
when he took it from the other guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Was not expecting that. All right, what do we got here? We got a lot of guys who lose their head hair.
Oh,
Okay.
this is mine.
Yeah, this is yours.
I don't even remember what this is, man. Oh, okay. People getting scared of shit and doing stupid stuff.
Yo!
Oh,
Knocked it out.
Guys!
James! What the fuck?
all right.
Yeah, I like these. Some of these, not all of these clips, but I like this kind of stuff because early in our relationship, Jen and I, well, she started it. We had this thing that, like, every time I was coming out of the room, she would like have a camera ready and fucking do something.
surprise
She
you?
made me shit later. I was like, fuck. So
Really?
I start doing it back. Yeah. There's some on Instagram somewhere. And
what is your reason? Obviously, it seems like you either like attack the person, like natural instinct, or the natural instinct is to scream and run away or whatever.
I obviously scream. I'm like, fuck, what? Or if I'm close, I might actually do something too, because that's the reaction. But usually, like, even the other day, I was just cleaning here on my own, and I was actually thinking about like stuff I wanted to do, filming and stuff. And you know, when you like your mind is somewhere else and you're doing something, just, you know, your brain just does it, but you're thinking something else. And she just turned up there, and all of a sudden I turn, she's there. I'm like, fuck. Fuck, what are you doing? You're just walking like on like tiptoes or something? She's like, no, I was just walking normal, man. I was like, fuck. Yeah, it's been happening actually lately a lot. But yeah, before she used to just be like around the corner of the door or something like that. And I'd come out of a room and like she's just, and I'm like, ah.
I mean, Anne is easily surprised. Like I'll come home, you know, during the day. Maybe she's not expecting me to come home, and then I'll hear her like blow drying is something where, you know, like again, you don't really
hear
come in
anyone.
with it, right? And I'll be like, Anne, don't get scared, and then she'll just be like, I was like, dude, I told you not to get scared. But yeah, I used to be like Jenna. I used to do a fair amount of that. Have you seen this video?
I don't know. I don't think so. Doesn't look like something I've seen.
This is you used to make espressos? You ever make like a latte art? Can you hear me, Carlos? Did I lose you?
No, I can hear you.
intently watching him work. I'm absolutely terrible at lots of work. No comprehension now.
Yeah.
How to even make like a heart.
Some people are really good. I would mess that thing up.
Well, the challenge is like your liquid gets cooler and cooler. Wow. Like how do you?
Man, what the hell is he doing? There's a lot of detail here. It's very slow though. I see people doing stuff very quick. But I suppose there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I mean, relatively speaking, I think this final
I
result.
can't tell what it is. Looks like a mess to me right now, but I bet it's gonna be something really cool. Fucking lion.
Look at that.
Jesus, that is insane.
I mean, he's got the eyes in there, like the negative eyes, the nose.
That's so good.
Wow. The tail, like I mean, and then the laurel leaves around it, like, oh man, that thing is just a work of art in a medium that I could never, in a million years, get anything close to this ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink.
Not even possible. You want to drink it?
I wouldn't drink.
I mean, just chug it.
I'd be like, oh man, I can't drink this.
Get a spoon right there and just stir it together.
without appreciating it.
Yeah. Be like, oh, thanks.
Fuck you.
Be awful.
That'll be soul destroying.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's probably not the first time he's made that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Are we on? I think we're on your last video.
There's more?
Yeah, last one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this one. I thought this was very good. Good thing I love this guy. That's what you do when you get a dirty car.
It's a car with two fronts.
I've seen loads now. Since I've watched this video, my algorithm is just loads of these.
You would see loads.
Lots.
You're always talking about the loads that you see. All right, last one.
Well, I live in a different country means a different thing.
I'm sure it does. This is just a stupid.
Oh, jeez.
Stupid prank.
I would shit myself too.
I don't know.
I would shit myself too.
That's dumb stuff.
Either I spotted it, or if I didn't spot it, I would definitely run for my life.
I mean, the risk return, like if it's an actual bear, you want to have run. I mean, think of the opposite, thinking that it was a buddy in a bear suit and it's an actual bear.
Exactly.
Pretty screwed.
But aren't you supposed to make yourself big to a bear or something like that?
I mean, it's all about outrunning the slowest person.
I don't think I could, man. I think I would just fucking run for it. I'll just go. See you later, bear.
Nice one, Charlie. Enjoy that. Yeah, in America, you got to be surprised. You got to be careful who you surprise or where you surprise them. Bears are fast. They can get up there. That was another random video I watched on YouTube. Was the speed of various animals, and bears are quicker than humans. That's for sure. They got four legs.
Same as crocs. Crocs are not that slow. They lift.
Yeah, but only for a little bit.
Yeah, but they still, if they catch you in that little bit. you're fucked.
Yeah, yeah. You get a lot of crocodiles in Britain.
We don't get anything. We get rain, politicians.
We're not going to talk about Britain.
Yes.
Let's talk about Beard Brand a little bit. I think the new Four Vices is my favorite currently. It's my favorite. Do we have any left? We might be out of it.
I think we are.
We only have the little bottles left. So if you come in, you want to get Four Vices. We're getting low on stock. We only got a little left. I know. I think if you're an old Four Vices customer and you're expecting the exact same fragrance that it was before, you might not love it, and that's kind of what I'm seeing in the reviews. But if you've never smelled Four Vices before, and you take it as it is, as its own fragrance, in my opinion, it's probably the one I could go to most. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing Norse Winter the past couple days, but Four Vices is nice, man. It's nice. You got the Norse Winter cologne on. You know what else I want to talk about? If you guys have not checked this out, this is kind of what we talked about this last week, but this video that Carlos did, interviewing 50 women on the street. Of course, not all 50 women wanted to be on camera, right? So you got a lot of no's going through that. And it was great to see the reactions and see how people responded to our fragrance compared to established fragrances from Tom Ford, Dior, Jean Paul Gaultier, and who's that
Yves
last
Saint
one?
Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves Saint Laurent. So it's I would like to continue this series. Maybe we do like bearded men. Maybe we try to find a bunch of college
I already
kids.
had a few ideas. Yeah.
So if you haven't watched this video, head over there and see how Beard Brand stacks up against these established colognes. In the
Man, this
marketplace.
was a good video. Like, yeah, it was over 50 women. Obviously, not all made it because of the championship. I made the championship, and I had a few no's. Some of them I made a mistake of. I over asked people, so I have like spare footage and stuff. Yeah, it was really good fun, man. There was like some really, and someone commented on the video. I think it was Nicholas Henry. Can't remember, or no, it was. Oh, was it DTR? I think it was DTR, maybe. I don't know, one or the other. How like he was expecting a different outcome when they were describing the fragrance. I was the same. When they were describing, I was like, oh, okay. And then as soon as they turned the thing and I knew it was the other fragrance, I was like,
DTR,
that doesn't make sense in my head. And I was like, oh, man. But I just kept going. A lot of people was like that. I was like, we smell different things.
Yeah.
Which is good, but there was a lot of girls that smell different things on the different fragrances, and I was like, whoa. But I think there was a girl that described North Winter pretty good. And she had a good business too. She was an entrepreneur. She had a really good business. It's like, I think it was the last one on the North Winter vote.
Yeah, the very last one, the one who's the thumbnail.
No, not the very last one on the video.
Up the last set.
Or the first set. That I think was like I don't want to sound racist. Indian girl.
Okay, let me.
I don't know if you can say that shit anymore, but
Well, there's this girl.
no.
Not her. I'll share this so you guys can see what we're seeing.
Way before that. Way before that.
Okay.
Like to the first set, the end of the first set, I think. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. She described North Winter like really good.
Like on the nose. Like her nose was on the nose.
Yeah, she was good.
It's crazy to just think about like what notes people pick up and how that like for me with Norse Winter, I really smell that balsam fir up front, like in an overwhelming way. Like to me, it's incredibly strong, and then it's definitely like evolves over time. And like
It's so woodsy to me at first.
the Tom Ford leather ombre, that one, like I just smell 100% leather up front as well, and it's a very like direct kind of fragrance. I'd like to wear. I think of those competition or of the colognes that we were comparing against, like the Tom Ford was my favorite. Like that leather, it's smooth, like
it was
mellow.
everyone's favorite. Like from all of us, after I recorded that, we talked about it and smelled them all. It was everyone's favorite. I would wear it. From all of them, that's the only one I would wear. But yeah.
Shall you send Greg a link? See if he gets on here, because we haven't talked about the boomers yet. He might have a little bit of insight into it.
Sure, get him on.
My phone is right here, so can you send him a link to the StreamYard?
I can.
Greg likes Tom Ford leather too. It's nice. Like it's a nice fragrance. I was surprised because who did we? Well, you'll have to watch the video. But the first matchup was
Bold Fortune versus
Old Fortune versus Tom Ford.
Dior Sauvage.
Let's see here.
Right, Greg. How do I send this to Greg? Oh shit, I have to do it on my phone, don't I?
Yeah. I mean, you could probably email it to him too.
Yeah, but I'll just WhatsApp him. I gotta come off the stream. Okay. All right, you hold the fort for a second while I get this link.
All right. Let's go here. We will rock the stream. It's been fun, like from a fragrance perspective, playing around with different fragrances. We've got a few in the works, which I'm excited about. We'll have, the next addition to the permanent line. What could that be? I kind of want to get the next 4 out. Well, is it 4? 1, 2? I think it's 4. Yeah. The next 4 out.
Yeah.
And see how that goes.
Correct.
Here we go. He said email it to him.
Oh, Greg, I'm WhatsApping it to you, bro.
WhatsApp?
Sorry. Yeah, he's got WhatsApp.
Who uses WhatsApp?
Me, Greg, everyone else apart from you.
Got all those Chinese government officials spying on you.
What do you mean? This is meta crap. WhatsApp.
We got all the meta people spying on you.
Yeah, that's
I'm thinking,
fine.
what is WhatsApp? Is they were a Chinese company, aren't they?
No, it's a chat service that you only use.
WeChat. I'm thinking of WeChat.
Well, okay. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't do piss chatting. Golden showers.
What are you talking about? Oh, okay. Yeah. We did Norse Winter versus the Tom Ford Ombre. So that was the matchup that we did in that live stream or the video. And it's funny, like in creating a piece of content like that from a brand perspective is like, you can, in theory, you could get enough footage to tell any kind of story you wanted. And, that's just not the way we roll things. We roll in a way where we want to capture reality. We were kind of talking about this, after the stream last week, where you and me, and I think beard branders as a whole, are more drawn towards uncomfortable truths than we are, safe lies or soft lies or pleasant lies or whatever you want to call it. White lies. Yeah. And I think from my perspective, by acknowledging the truth, it gives you the power to correct things. Like even if things are not pretty or, oh, here we go. Mr. Claus.
Mr. Claus. Should have put
You're
Claus
on.
with the knee at the end.
How do we make him bigger? Can we make him bigger? You gotta bring that
I
camera
think
to your
that's it
bring your
because
camera to your face. We got a little.
you must get closer.
That's too close.
You should have done Mr. Claus with the E at the end. Mr. Claus.
That's a terrible joke, Carlos.
It's fucking not. It's a movie and all. Tim, what's his name? The guy that did the Tool Thing series. Tim Allen?
Tim Allen?
Yeah.
It was
he did
Claus? Like, was he a lawyer?
He did the Mr. Claus Christmas movie.
Are you
It
sure?
was actually, yeah. I'm almost 100% sure, probably about the 99 mark.
Oh, yeah.
Did he?
A British short comedy film.
There you go. See, my memory is still all right for some stuff.
The Santa Claus. This is what you're thinking of, right?
Yes, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I think he made two, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was two of them. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Greg, how you been?
Doing well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There we go.
You're making dreams come true.
It's my season.
Oh, I can't wait to see my stocking.
It's a bunch of coal, apparently.
Coming down Carlos's chimney. Is that the theme here, Eric?
Well, we got. I think this is an interesting topic. We'll just get into the topic because I was looking at, Dick Van Dyke.
Yes, 100 years old.
Yeah, turned 100. He's rocking a beard, and it's kind of interesting because let's pull him up here.
I mean, I would say something same as Clint Eastwood. He hardly rocked a beard. Well, bit of stubble here and there, a little beard in a movie or another. But lately, maybe it's just they just can't be bothered to shave at their age.
But I mean, like, when did Dick Van Dyke first grow his beard? I imagine he always was
Clean
completely
shave.
shaven. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he started growing a mustache, I think, when he did that murder show on TV. I think he's worn a mustache for at least 30 years. And then the beard, I think, is lately. And I think you're right, Carlos. People just don't want to shave anymore. But my wife's father shaved until he died at 90 every day. So,
yeah, so even just thinking of my wife's granddad, he's always had a mustache, but he never had a beard. And in his last few years, especially when I came into the family, he grew a beard. He's not had a beard for the first few years that I was, and then he grew a beard, and we used to talk about it. It was quite funny, actually.
So,
but
my dad had an epic mustache for 50 years, and when I grew a beard, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to grow a beard," and he had 10 hairs on his chin. I'm like, Dad, okay. Every beard is beautiful except yours. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna. You mentioned that the next.
Was he part of the silent generation, or was he on the other end of the boomer?
I guess born in 36, he would have been silent.
Okay. Yeah, silent generation. Yeah, I mean, I feel like
34.
that generation, there was absolutely no way you were wearing facial hair pretty much throughout your entire life.
Yeah, that's my father-in-law. That generation, he was born in 35, 34 also. And he was an ex-Marine, and it was just shaved, and their women liked it that way, And so I think the mustache might have been, just for my mom in particular, but Mary's dad, it was just cultural. It was the age, you just didn't have a beard, period.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It was just so ubiquitous, or just across the board. There was just no deviation from that. Like 100% of people were at most had a mustache. Like I
Yeah.
felt like that was the most facial hair you could get away with for decades. And then I felt like it was the boomers in the what do you call it? Like the love, the revolution of the 60s
Yes.
during Nixon's time that you started to see them growing facial hair,
Good example, John Lennon. He
Yeah,
went
John
from a clean
Lennon.
shaven guy all the time to a big bearded, long haired, and that was the big change.
I think that was if you born post, World War II. There was a big difference. I mean, that whole depression child thing, I think, just it was different. And that stark line of 1944 was it. It was prior to that, no beard. Post to that, you might experiment.
Yeah. I remember looking at photos of my dad when he was, in his 20s or 30s. Family photos, and he had facial hair, like he had a little beard.
Yeah, but your dad's a boomer. What year was he born?
Yeah, so he was born in 47.
Okay, he's a real boomer. Yeah.
Yeah. He was. My granddad was court-martialed, and then my dad was born, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a boomer, and I hate the fact that I'm a boomer.
We were talking about that before you came in the stream. Like you're on the tail end of it,
Yeah,
you're born.
I'm cusp. I mean, but it's not cusp. But I think it's unfair because the generation, I think boomers are 20 years, and no generation since then has been a whole 20 years. I think they're too short now, and they're. I don't think it's such a marked difference between, where they are now in 12 to 15 years. I think you need a generation. And I think they're just marketing new generation stuff so they can have more stuff to talk about. But it's just my boomer opinion.
Well,
yeah,
I think I'm more X totally. I drank from the hose in the yard guy and, did that. All of those videos that come up that talk about, Generation X, those born after 65, that is really feels like my generation. It feels like how I came to, to age in the 70s. I just never have felt connected prior to that. Even the way, I was dressed, I was never dressed. I was, my parents automatically, I looked like a 70s kid early, as opposed to looking like a 50s kid, which a lot of boomers kids look like. Like I didn't have a boomer haircut. I already had bangs, in grade school. So it's just, I never felt connected to boomer mentality.
Yeah, I do think it's kind of like different parts of town, especially if you're in those cusp years and what you're drawn towards. Like I feel very much more of a millennial than a Gen Xer because I was drawn towards technology. I had a computer. I was on AOL. I had I was the first to really get the internet and do all that stuff. So it felt like, my life was more aligned with, the older millennials than Gen Xers who were pretty much out of college by the time technology started to come. So like
what is an Xer? When do they stop? Is it 81?
80. Carlos is the last X.
I'm on there. I'm definitely. I'm a bit both. I think I'm X and millennium.
I mean, but you grew up in Portugal and they didn't get the internet until 2005, right?
So I have no idea when we're going to another remember, but we definitely were late
Maybe it was
on most of the
2020.
stuff. No, it was still in the 90s. Yeah, I definitely see myself as part X, part millennium, because I definitely did and still do a lot of X stuff. As a kid, I always like adventure on the outside, playing everything on the outside, like building stuff, houses, tree houses, like always playing outside. But then again, I also love technology. I intrigued by that, so
Yeah,
I
but you
see
didn't get
myself.
technology until you were clearly an adult, right?
No, we had technology as kids. I wasn't as fortunate as some of my friends to have it early, but I used to go to their houses, so I was intrigued by both.
Mhm.
Um,
Now,
um,
like, I mean, you grew up in Portugal, so I don't know if like culture, how aligned Portuguese culture is with like American culture when it comes to facial hair. I remember still for me growing up, there was a lot of implied or explicit recommendations of not growing facial hair. Especially like when getting your first job, that's always what they say is like shave off your beard if you want to get a job. Like I
yeah,
heard that.
very different, very different. So Portugal mustaches are very big, been very big for many centuries. So facial hair has been very big in Portugal for many centuries. Mustaches mainly. Some sort of facial hair has always been around in Portugal, and to clean up for a job kind of came a little bit because I think of American culture came into, but it wasn't taken very well. But also remember, I didn't grow up in Portugal all my life. So I've been
Yeah.
in Germany and I've been here. I actually
But
been longer outside
I
of
mean, when did
Portugal
you
than
leave
in
Portugal?
Portugal.
I mean, I know now you've been out of Portugal longer, but when did you leave Portugal?
1997 was the first time, so I was 17 years old.
Okay. So your youth was pretty much
Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah.
So Portugal, my youth, there's a lot of facial hair. My uncles all had mustaches.
Yeah.
My dad had mustache. My dad had beard. I've shared on the stream my dad's looks before. So I grew up with my uncles taking really good, well, especially my uncle Rui and my uncle Rui was the one that was always really smart, well dressed, nice mustache, always trimming the mustache with the scissors, always had to be nice and neat. The beard had to be nice and clean shaved. Um, so yeah, he was the one that he was my uh, he was like my father. He was the one that I always looked up to. You know, he was the one that I wanted to be.
When, Greg, when did you first grow your first real beard?
Well, I had that the handlebar first because really, it's the only thing I, thought that I could really grow.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 years actually with my full beard. Because
So you were 50.
I was 54 when I first grew my beard. Is that
So
right?
you went 54 years before growing a beard. Like, did you feel certain pressure among your peers to look a certain way that you couldn't grow the beard?
No, I think my people, like, I just remember I really came to age or grew up in the 80s, and there was the start of some facial hair. There were times when David Bowie had a goatee, or like, Wham or whatever with big sideburns, and ZZ Top always had a beard. So there was, facial hair that was, visible. I never felt pressure to grow a beard because my friends, no one had a real beard. Everyone had, if they grew anything, it was heavy shadow, heavy 5 o'clock, 2 to 4 week beard max. None of my friends ever grew beyond that. And when I was experimenting with my goatee, it was the same thing. It never lasted for more than 30 days.
Yeah, I feel like that was a popular style.
It was very popular at in the 80s and even in the 90s, turn of the century. A lot of guys, it's still, I made that video about Western Pennsylvania, the guys. It's still really popular in rural America to have a goatee or the Van Dyke. And, all that work to continue to shave every day. Like my brother-in-law, both of my brother-in-laws have Van Dykes that they shave every day. They wear them really, tight. They're not growing a long goatee at all. It's more of no more than a month. but it's still super popular. I never felt pressure to grow a beard, but then also I couldn't, so backing up to the boomer stuff, my experience with seeing guys with like in the 70s, and I have clear memories of guys coming home from Vietnam and who were very clean cut, obviously in the military. The first thing they did was grow very big scruffy beards, and they became like counterculture in a way. Mm-hmm. And it was obvious that you could almost see a guy who came out of the military growing up, for me, because the guys with beards, I would just assume they were like post-military. And, as a form of rebellion after having to be so clean cut, shaved. And I think they wanted to be embraced by pop culture, which was going for more of that Woodstock hippie vibe in the early 70s.
Well, I mean, from the military perspective as well, I feel like there's also a sense of like regaining your own bodily autonomy.
Yeah, exactly.
Where like you've been this, literally robot for the government for however long you were in the military. And they told you what to eat, what to sleep, where to go, like your life was completely not your own. And then finally, when you get out of the military, you have that autonomy back, and you're like, all right, well, this is my one form of like ownership, self-ownership is growing the beard and taking back control of that. I see a lot of like post-military beards, a lot of like retirement beards, where it's almost kind of the same thing, where you felt this pressure to shave for work. And then now that work is done, you can finally grow your beard out. Travel beards.
My best friend, who was clean shaved as a doctor, in a way, almost thought, okay, I have to be, smooth faced, and finally, has let it go. He's in his mid 60s. He's still working, but kind of getting out of work a little bit. But massive, white beard at 65, never had grown before. Yeah. And, it's just, and finally embracing it and he realized also, wow, I really like having a beard and I really look good with a beard. But it took 45 years.
We've
I think a lot of guys do that. Oh my goodness. I saw a video today. You have to put it in next week, but this guy had this massive beard, and he shaved off his beard to reveal that he had a massive double chin, the shape of the beard. And, a lot of guys actually, the guy thanked him actually thank you for doing that, to remind me not to do that, to shave off my beard, because I don't know what's under there. But a lot of guys, I stand by that also. A lot of older guys will just look better with a beard by covering up their necks. I stand by that.
Yeah. Like, when you lose your head hair, you grow your beard. When you get a second neck, you grow a beard. It's just like gravity can be a pretty tough thing on our bodies over time. Let's talk about your son and Victor. Is he a Zoomer? Is he Gen Z?
He is, he's 97. He's the last year of.
Okay, this has him the first of the Zoomers, where
yes.
he's also another kind of like.
I think he's clearly a Zoomer. He's pretty techie, but also he's really into like not pop culture so much, but the analysis of culture. Like, he is a podcast guy through and through. He listens to hours of podcasts a day.
So I wonder, like, I feel like the Zoomers, and you might have better insight into this as a parent of one. Like, there is also a trend and a movement away from the beard, like where us millennials grew beards and owned beards for a decade and almost a form of rebellion. It almost feels like going back to the smooth face and like that 80s look, that pretty boy look, is a form of rebellion now. Like, I don't see a lot of really young guys be drawn towards facial hair like they were maybe 10 years ago.
I don't know if that's like 100% of Victor's friends have beards.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, they all have at least a You know, like Ava's, you know, she just sent me like she's on safari in Africa. Her boyfriend, massive beard. The other two guys are traveling with big beard, enormous mustache. So, you know, there's three guys that are, you know, 25 to 32, heavily bearded. You know, Victor's buddies at work, you know, they're bearded. So I think what it is they just don't want the time. They don't want to take the time to shave anymore. So I think it's maybe not laziness, but it's definitely easier for a lot of guys to let the beard go. But you're seeing something else, though.
Well, I mean, what do you like? How old are you, Nicholas? I would be curious to hear like what you see on your end. Because when I see like the imagery and the photographs, I see a lot of the curly hair is certainly in. Like a lot of the Zoomers seem to be drawn towards this like curly hair, shaved face look, pretty boy look. And almost like it feels like a lot of women nowadays might be drawn towards like more feminine men than hyper masculine men or more traditionally masculine men.
But I'm curious to know if men's abilities under the age of 28 is hampered in any way. I mean, if you read about the falling testosterone rates and everything, and it's clinically been proven that men's testosterone rates are down, is it affecting beard growth?
Right.
To the point where a guy in his, you know, a little younger than Victor could grow a beard. But are they more like they can't grow a beard? So this is the default setting. I'm going to shave. And, you know, are women attracted to that because less guys are able to grow a beard? But then I think of, you know, Hollywood and what you're seeing, like your Timothy Chalamet or your, you know, a lot of the actors have a very feminine, androgynous look.
Yeah. Who was the Spider-Man guy too? Tom Holland.
Yes.
I want to say he's feminine per se. Like I feel like he's got a pretty well-defined jaw and, you know, just smaller stature. But again, I wonder, is he even wearing a beard? I wonder if he is or not. Because he seems like someone who could rock a good beard. And you know, like Nicholas in the chat, he's the same age as Victor. It looks like.
Okay, you know, Ava just sent Ava's boyfriend.
Yeah.
His best friend, Ava's design buddy with the mustache. So, you know, three guys that are two of them definitely big bearded, you know, all under 32.
28's that cutoff though.
I think it is. And I'm wondering, I'd like to see, you know, the testosterone, you know, there's a correlation, you know, there's not a direct correlation because I had particularly high testosterone, you know, before the fall. And yet it did not produce a beard. And but generally, if you have a higher level of testosterone, you tend to be facially hairier, body hairier. So I'm curious to know, you know, has there been a cutoff and where that cutoff is?
Yeah, let's pull up the testosterone by.
You know, Victor will say it's plastics.
Yeah, plastics, phthalates. We'll get to you.
Yeah, like just
disruptors. Let's see if I can Google and find.
Yeah,
I think you might be right though too.
This week, because prior to Tupperware, you know, like my parents, everything in the refrigerator was in glass or aluminum foil, and you know, once the Tupperware party, you know, at-home Tupperware sales and Rubbermaid became popular, then that took over. But that's about 1970, I think. And so, you know, I would have been affected by, you know, the heavy use of plastics. But it wasn't probably until the late 70s that food, you know, sandwiches were always wrapped in paper, you know, like meat was wrapped in paper. When you went to the butcher, fish was wrapped in paper. So I'm just wondering when, you know, plastics might have had or any effect on testosterone. Is it about like 1980 that is the cutoff that you'll start to see decline in testosterone, therefore a decline in beard? But we have plenty of examples. We have people in the room here, and we have, lots of, very hairy guys who were born, after 1980. So it's not 100%, but I think the visual trending is definitely possibly more androgynous and less hairy. I do think you are correct there. There might be once you start seeing that, then it becomes more popular. And then the guys who had the beard might look like old fashioned or older or part of, retrospective aging. Like you look older because you represent the decade that you were from.
Right.
And so do we currently represent, 2010, 2015 with the big beard? Therefore, we look part of a different generation. Therefore, we look older. And there's a rebellion against that, I think.
I think it's kind of an interesting time. The nice thing about being on this world for about 45 years, and 65 years, you see a lot of change over the years. And I do feel like there is, my youth and the environment I grew up in with a stay-at-home mom, a dad who was a breadwinner, like traditional roles, traditional expectations. There was like the vibe of just like, as a child, if you got hurt, you suck it up as a man and you don't complain about it. You don't complain about your sores. And there's been let's call it like the feminization of men, where no longer that expectation is you're the sole breadwinner. You can find a wife who can help support you. You're no longer expected to, be the man of the house, the leader of the house. So like, there's been this, like, from a societal perspective, like if you have those traditional masculine traits, then that would not be beneficial to you in today's environment. Like it is not, socially acceptable to be like, yeah, I want traditional values, or I want to work and I want my wife to stay at home. Like, and I don't want to cry, and whether or not it's right or wrong is not the statement I'm trying to make, but it is, I think there are consequences to that. And if the whole society wants a feminized man, then perhaps that's what's coming, and that's what we're getting. But
is it the whole society, or can you make this geopolitical, and does it take political things too? Because I don't think that's the case in a lot of the people that I know who might, want to be sole providers for their family because they want, a wife in particular home with the children.
Also depends on the culture. Look, like a couple times I wanted to say some stuff and you guys just get a word in, so it's getting annoying. Not gonna lie.
All right, so now,
Carlos, maybe it's your age that won't let you pop in. You don't have enough. Like,
hey, my turn now.
He's a Gen Xer. Of course, he's quiet.
Just gotta stop a little bit. Right. So it's culture too. Like it's completely different in Portugal. There was no "I'm the breadwinner and you stay at home mom" thing. That was occasional, would happen. Most people in Portugal, both parents would have to work. My grandmother worked, my grandfather worked, and she worked and looked after the kids. She worked in a farm. Yeah, she didn't have to like go to another job, but she worked in a farm. She had to work to bring some money in, otherwise they couldn't survive. So it's cultural. Same with the facial hair, like earlier when Greg was saying about his dad, like, for example, in the 70s, my dad in the army, you guys had to be clean shaven. My dad had the big beard in the army. I shared pictures here on the stream before. My dad in the army and my uncle in the army with big beards in their army attire. So I think a lot of these things are cultural. And sorry. yeah, a lot of these things are cultural. Like you guys are based everything in America, obviously being American, but you can't forget I'm here too, and I'm not American. So let me put some points across and put out there for the rest of the world. The only time that I struggled with facial hair was in the 90s to the early 2000s, because everyone told me, and this is where I think the American culture kind of shifted a little bit into Portugal, and then maybe a little bit year 2 or year was already year, I don't know when I moved the year.
Yeah, you would have been in
But-
Germany and
Yeah, but definitely in Portugal in the 90s, that's when I felt, I mean, obviously I couldn't really go much facial hair. I could, but it wasn't an option. I had to shave. Everyone was like, you had to shave. Even my uncles shaved their mustaches then, and they were always clean shaved. So from the 90s to the early 2000s, I think there was a big pressure on us guys here, at least in Portugal and in Europe. My experience, even in Germany, was you had to be clean shaved. Then I think the first time I grew a beard was in Germany, just for the because of the work I did. And that was 2018, actually. So it was 98. And that was just lack of, I'm doing this shit job and I'm just not going to shave. And that was the first time I actually let myself grow a beard. And then again, 2021 was the second time I grew a beard. And that's when I knew I could grow a beard. And then I was always, even here in England, when I came to England in 2003, all the jobs that I had was pressure to shave. As a chef, as a addictions counselor, I was always pressured to shave until 2010, 2011, when I was like, fuck that, I'm not going to shave. And I just grew a beard. But yeah, so I wanted to put those points across. You fucking yappers never stop talking.
Ryan, I don't know if you're still in the chat or not. I would love to hear your take on what you see among your peers. You're trying to grow a beard. Do you see a lot of your friends are growing beards? Is it similar to what Greg's son Victor is experiencing and his daughter Ava and her guy friends, or is it different? Are you one of the token beard growing people out there? That's really like I feel like I'm really getting kind of disconnected from the young generation that's working. Like I row with a couple of the guys, so I get a little bit of exposure, but they tend to be, more in their late 20s than early 20s. And I don't know, I'm becoming that old man where I'm just like, I don't get it. Like I don't, one of my, Keith at Beard Brand was making fun of me. He's like, do people say awesome anymore? Like is awesome a cool word? Like, shall we stop using awesome and change it? It's like, I don't know what to change it to. Cause if there is a new word, what is it? What's
6'7",
yeah.
Look, like Portugal and here, Germany, there's still a lot of facial hair. I think people have shifted a little bit for the mustache here in UK and France, and maybe a little bit in Germany. Portugal has been big on mustache, but I think there's a lot of beards about. I still get a lot of people. I still see a lot of people, and I still get a lot of people asking about beard stuff and when they grow in their beards, young people. So I don't know. I think it's a mix bag at the moment. People are just experimenting, really, the young people. But a lot of them, they can't grow a beard, and I think that's the problem. The ones that can, they do it.
So that's Victor and his best friends. So represent, stylized beard, and they're all 28, 29 years old.
Yeah.
I think that's such a good age to really grow your first beard too, like regardless of what generation you grew up in. Like around your late 20s, you're finally getting past, the point where, maybe a lot of the vellus hairs haven't yet turned to terminal hairs, and you can actually grow like a nice full beard. You can grow a lot of different styles. You can experiment with a lot of different looks.
And you probably have the wherewithal to style it also, even if you don't have a full beard, like, not that you don't have that when you're 20 years old, but you probably are more in tune with general style, like, like Zach, the guy with the Van Dyke there. I don't think he can grow a full beard. So
yeah,
he's doing the best thing. And I think that's the case with a lot of being older. I think it's just being more in touch with your capabilities and also your sense of fashion and how you want to present yourself. And just, you probably have more knowledge.
I know, like genetics too. You mentioned Timothy Chalamet, whatever you say. I don't think that guy can grow a hair on his face.
Right.
He might have a tiny little bit of mustache, but I think he's one of those guys that just, I don't know, he just lost it. There's no facial hair there.
Yeah, but it doesn't prevent some of these guys. I saw, it wasn't a meme, but they showed a number of Timothy Chalamet types who are popular right now. I can't name them, but the fact that they don't have a lot of density to beards, and especially in the mustache. So wearing particularly thin mustache, like that picture in the white there, which is, great. You feel comfortable doing that, but it's like, it's not the mustache I would have presented, if I, when I was that age. But it doesn't stop a lot of young guys from playing with facial hair, and I think that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, I was going to say that's very good. And look,
no, I don't want to trash that, but like some people were making fun of these guys who were, like not as well endowed as the three of us in terms of mustaches.
No, but look, my brother was older than me, obviously, before he passed away. He was born in 76, and my brother had not much more facial hair than this guy. He could grow a little bit of hair here, a little bit of hair on his mustache, and slightly on his sideburns. He had no facial hair whatsoever here. And my brother was he was nearly 40 when he passed away. So, and he hardly had any facial hair. And he still played with it, even at a younger age. I remember, I don't know, in the 90s and the 2000s, he had little bits of facial hair. He used to rock this weird patchy beard, and it was cool. Yeah, I thought he looked cool, looking back now.
Yeah, like Johnny Depp is a good example of that. Guys
exactly,
don't have, textbook perfect, but you can have great style with that kind of beard. Well, the reason I brought that up is someone was making fun of these guys for doing that. And I was just like, I'm like, really? Like, you're going to do that? Are we still beard shaming in 2025? I was more like bringing that up as just like, is that also symbolic of this generation? Like who right now, I know Zac Efron, but he's in his mid-30s now, can grow a massive beard. So like who is, 25 years old, 28, 30 years old right now, like Timothy Chalamet, who I wonder, is there a connection in what we're seeing in facial hair trailing off slightly because of an inability to grow?
Yeah, maybe. I think that's maybe the case.
Yeah, I mean, I see
a lot of young guys still playing with it.
Who are the Zoomers' top icons? Is it Timothy Chalamet? Like, who else?
Yeah, he's getting a lot of. He's getting not only buzz, but he's getting all the roles. I mean, he just did. Who did he do? Young.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. To people say it's fantastic, and he also just did Frankenstein. Like he's the hot ticket right now. Who else is like that? Like who else represents
Frankenstein.
Well, I mean,
They're
like,
old.
like who's
They're
the most
old.
popular athlete right now? Like Josh Allen in football? Is he?
I think he has a good
He
beard.
does not
like-
make it to this side of the world.
but those guys aren't they in their 30s already?
Yeah, he was born in '96, so I mean,
Oh,
he's on
29.
a lot of the like I think in again like sports and athletes, you probably tend to have more high testosterone guys compared to actors, which are probably not as high testosterone as the athletes tend to be. Yeah, I don't know who's kind of like the face of the NBA. Is it like still LeBron? You know, is it like
Who just won the
Djokovic?
MVP yesterday?
Who did?
Who did? Yeah, I can't remember his name. I saw
Oh.
it this morning.
NBA.
He had some facial hair, I think. Not as big, but
Justice Smith
Who's Justice Smith?
is an actor. He was in Jurassic World remake. Paul Mescal. Take a look at Paul Mescal. He's 28
Paul
years old.
Mescal, Irish guy.
Yeah.
This was the NBA winner.
Okay, but that's not the
Oh,
picture.
Jacob Elordi would be the comparable. Actually, it was Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein. I stand corrected.
No, it's Oscar Isaac. He's in Frankenstein.
Who is it?
Oscar Isaac.
No,
Isaac,
Frankenstein himself. Not.
The new Frankenstein movie you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's Frankenstein. Well, he's the doctor, I mean.
He's the doctor. He's not the. It's funny. I saw an article about is Frankenstein the monster or the doctor?
So this guy, Jacob,
Yeah,
he's
so
28.
he is-
He's your son's age.
Yeah. So
He
zoom
looks
in on
older
his-
than Victor.
Can you zoom in on his facial hair? I don't think he can grow a complete. There's a whole beard there.
Yeah. He might have a little bit of patches there, but
Yeah, I
they
think
would
that's
probably fill in. I mean, look at his sideburns. That's crazy. He can grow a good beard.
yeah.
Mm.
Is he the
Looks
new
like it.
hot stuff?
He's pretty. He was the monster in Frankenstein.
The monster. He's been in quite a few good roles too. He's
There he is,
I would
Rich.
say he's one of the hot
He
guys
has
at the
the Chad chin.
moment. Trash.
You know the meme? Look, right with the eyebrow. Am I right or wrong? No. Yeah, not bad beard.
No. It's funny. He has a red beard. I wouldn't assume it would be reddish toned.
But I think the mustache suits him well because he's got such a strong jawline.
Yeah.
Who's the other local guy, Austin guy? There's Chad. Actually, his name is Chad Powers in his new series. What's his name? Glenn Powell.
Yeah, but he's 40 years old, isn't he?
I don't know how old he is. I'm just
I mean,
curious.
He ain't young, that's for sure. He reminds me of a Truett, the marathoner. Do you know who I'm talking about? True.
Look up Tom Holland beard. Can he
This guy.
actually grow a beard?
Yeah, we pulled that up earlier.
Okay, missed it.
Yeah, he grows a little bit better beard than than Chalet. I can pull it up again.
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
So without having representation here, like your thumbnail, he has a beard. I mean, there's.
I don't know how many of these are real.
I think they're real. I mean, that looks like it was
The
taken
Reddit
out.
one there, that looks real.
Yeah, that looks real, but there's
Yeah,
that
I
one doesn't look real on the corner.
No, because that's the real picture, and the one on the end is enhanced. So there's the real one with the seatbelt back up. Yeah, and then the one on the end is enhanced.
I never seen him with a beard. It's weird. Never seen a picture of him with a beard.
There you have now.
I have, yes.
Oh,
And
wait.
Casey Neistat just makes it there as well.
I think it's like a lot of guys, you know, when they're off filming, you know, like wrote an article about like how you see some women who their facial wrinkles change consistently or inconsistently because they stop doing Botox when they're filming. So they have expression. And then when they're done filming, they, you know, freeze their faces a little more. And so I think guys often do the same thing. You don't see, no one's hiring him as a bearded guy. They're hiring him for his, you know, boyish charm, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, those images might have been Photoshopped too. So you guys might have been right. Like, I don't know if he's worn a beard or not. Check his Instagram.
I never seen him with a beard before, but it's weird. But yeah, I get it. I just never seen it because probably I only seen him in movies and stuff. I never.
Yeah, he's always shaved. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I never seen him off movies.
All right. That's the generation. So who grows the best beard? Which generation? Let's rank them.
Let's just rank them.
From the silent generation to Gen Z.
See, there's so little representation of the silent generation beards. Like, who could you even think of? You know,
your own opinion or search opinion?
I would say we'll each give our own opinion.
Okay,
and then we'll go from there. Rank them from rank all the generations. I'll pull up the.
I just found this. This is my dad in '84.
Got that mustache
and that hair.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience, I would say Gen X and Millennials. That's
you gotta rank them.
Oh, okay.
You can't combine them.
I would say X first, Millennium second, and I don't know much about the others, but I mean Boomers maybe third, and then so on.
What is so on? Zoomer or silent generation? You gotta rank them, dude. Put you on the spot.
I just did.
You said so on, and then so on.
Like,
what is so on? Is it Zoomer or is it silent generation next?
Silent and Zoomer.
Oh, Zoomer's last. What do you got, Greg?
I say X, baby boomer, silent, millennial, Z, Zoomers, and of course Alpha.
Yeah, Alphas don't count. I mean, they're not old enough to. You said what? X,
baby boomers, silent generation, and only because I'm assuming they could, even though we don't have much representation.
Yeah, I'd come based on that. That's like experience.
I would say millennials, number one.
Really?
Yeah. And then Gen X, and then Zoomer, and then Boomer, and then silent generation.
You would put Zoomer in front of the others.
I think, I mean, because when I think of silent generation, I literally think their whole life was without facial hair.
Yeah, but are you talking about who had the best beard or who had the best capabilities to grow a beard? That's what I was ranking.
Yeah, so when I think of capabilities, I also think of like the cultural pressure and the availability to grow a beard. So like, even though the silent generation was loaded up with testosterone and they were badasses, because everybody shaved them, they really couldn't grow facial hair. So it's kind of like this fight between, culture and also.
Yeah, I think you would have to therefore take out of the competition then for that reason, boomers and silent generation. Just because.
Well, that's why they're at the bottom for me.
Yeah.
Because
if that's the case, I would still be X millennial.
X over a millennial.
In order, basically X millennial, Zoomer. And I would say that for what I perceive as possible falling testosterone.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like,
Whoop.
what did I say? X, millennial, and boomer. Zoom.
I think you and Greg were pretty
Yeah.
pretty similar.
This is my
That was your
classic
first beard?
growing a goatee at the holidays. And it didn't connect, and that's why it's disconnected, because it didn't connect to my mustache. And my soul patch didn't connect to the goatee. And that was, I would say, 2000.
25 years ago.
Yep.
Quarter of a century ago.
Jesus.
How time flies.
Look at that. Look how this is
Still
filled
got
in.
some color.
So are you telling me I can still grow even more beard? Because
People are like, where, like, because everyone just, even 5 years ago, I did not have hair here. I used to talk about this being a hair pattern.
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And it's filled in. But this won't fill in yet.
That's still patchy for you.
Yeah. Which
I
is,
think that's very
I got a
common
feeling,
in
Greg,
all
it
men.
might always be that way.
I think it is,
Yeah.
but I thought this would be bold too.
Yeah. Got to pump up those testosterone levels. Make you go crazy. Get into the 2000s.
And watch my hair dwindle.
The balance of life.
What do you want? Do you want more facial hair or more head hair?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to find that balance. All right. Is that it? Anything else? I don't think we're going to do the stream next week.
Yeah, no.
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I'm not around.
I'll be working.
I won't be
Really?
working.
That property that you're doing with all
No,
the
Mr. Claus.
oh, he's on the sleigh.
Are we closed, Eric? I don't even know, but I am not working. I'm not.
Yeah.
I think we're closed anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what the holidays are, but we'll miss you guys next week. As always, thanks for the regulars in the stream. Love seeing the comments come by, you guys sharing your thoughts. It's been a lot of fun. You know, I think we should be able to get one on Christmas Eve. Maybe we do a wrap up of 2025 and what 2026 could be.
You mean before New Year's, not Christmas Eve?
Or yeah. What's that called?
You just told them no
The day
Christmas
before
Eve, and then you said
The day
Christmas.
before the New Year's. What is that called?
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Yeah. New Year's Eve. Not Christmas.
That's probably busy for some people as Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So I mean, that's next in 2 Wednesdays. That will be New Year's Eve. So we'll do the last live stream of the year. Will be a good one to do if you're going to be around, Carlos.
I mean, I haven't been told anything, so I'm assuming I'll be around. But I can't promise anything at the moment. I need to speak
Okay,
with,
it may be me. I might just.
I
have
need
a
to speak with Brad Herner.
With who?
I need to speak with the wife.
Oh, okay. Oh, the breadwinner. The breadwinner.
That's it. Herner, Werner.
Garner.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right, guys. This has been. Beyond the Beard live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Cheers. Keep on
Hasta
growing.
la vista.